Let's settle for the details now because President Akufo-Addo has asked for more time for the embattled Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta to conclude negotiations with the International Monetary Fund (IMF) before any talks of resignation. Documents available to JoyNews suggest a deal could be reached with the IMF in 3 weeks for a $3 billion balance of payment support. Now, this, the president believes, could be disrupted if Ken Ofori-Atta is sacked or forced to resign. This was an outcome of a meeting held by President Akufo-Addo and MPP members of parliament over the demand for the finance minister to be sacked over his handling of the economy. Now, some NPP MPs say several efforts to have government address the plight of their constituents with regard to the ailing economy had proved futile. Now, opening the session, the president said government is working hard to turn the economy around.
And that is the reason why also the finance minister and the Bank of Ghana, governor, and other senior officials of the government are here, is to indicate to you a little where we've got to in the negotiations we're having with the fund, what it portends for the future of economic policy in our country, and then hopefully to have the opportunity to get your particular buy-in, because we are talking and hopefully concluding soon these important negotiations which are going to have, and you know as well as I do, an important impact on the way forward for the Ghanaian economy in the months and immediate years ahead. So it's basically a familiarization program, and then also to hear from you what you think would be significant that you would want to hear about how we're going forward.
But Deputy Majority Leader Alexandra Afenyo-Marking says they will not stop their MPs from venting their concerns regarding the continued stay in office of the finance minister.
What the minority and the majority would have to do is to work together to build consensus on the key issues to support government. To me, that is our main agenda, but not the usual MPP, NDC partisan attacks. Those ones will not help us. Regarding views expressed by the majority caucus on certain matters of national concern, I think that's the beauty of democracy. People having the opportunity to express their views. And where we have gotten to in our democracy, we should be happy that people don't keep what they have in mind within them, that they are being gagged. So we take all of that in good faith and continue to soldier on and work together for the betterment of our.
Meanwhile, a former Deputy Minister for Finance, Mona Kwate, says President Akufo-Addo cannot justify the continuous stay of Ken Ofori-Atta in office by claiming he is crucial to the negotiations with the IMF. The president is under intense pressure from all quarters, including his own party members, to sack Mr. Ofori-Atta. JoyNews sources say the president in yesterday's meeting with key members of his government pleaded with his party members to allow the minister at least conclude the IMF talks before discussing possible changes at the ministry. Monakwate, however, says this request by the president is untenable.
We have a problem with that. Number one, the leader, as we have now, which is the Minister of Finance, is a miracle-seeking minister, not one who wants to do the work. Number two, he's a wounded soldier, whether we like it or not, and we want to send him into battle. I think that is unfair to him. The president must send a soldier who is looking for solutions, who is strong, who is capable to go out there and get us a good IMF program, and who will also start to do the work of cleaning up in-house so that we send the right signals to both the international finance market and to our domestic market, which is ourselves, that indeed we have a manager who wants us to do well. Let me tell you something. In as much as you may think that we we don't intend to come back into power to a messed up nation. We want to come back to a nation that is on track. And then when we go into the international market, we can be received. Our current minister cannot do that job. Our president is proving to be so stubborn at this point that we wonder if he's still capable of leading our dear nation, Ghana.
He's told all of us that, as a father, when you go through challenges or go through problems, you don't desert your children. He wants to see us through. You are suggesting he doesn't want to do the work?
Winston, he's not a father. Let's stop all this paternalistic type approach to governance. Let's stop it. It annoys the youth and it annoys all of us. It's very annoying. Ken is no father to anybody. Ken is a worker. He's a minister of finance.
Now, the majority leader, Osei Chairman Sir Bonsu, has been reacting to the development as well. He spoke on the Super Morning Show.
After next week, when the IMF officers do visit Ghana again, the conclusions that we factored into the budget, what will be the impact? We may not be able to have our hands on the impact on the economy, the contagion effect that it may have on, say, the city, for instance, at this material moment. So my plea, I also represent constituents. I know what my constituents are telling me. Is it the appropriate and propitious time to do what they're calling for? So I tried to reason with them. And before then, I've been having some conversations with the president. So I broached the conversation that I've been having with the president to them. But members were, they were taking a position and they were unbending on that. What came out to the fore was that the overwhelming majority aligned with the protection of the benchmark.
You keep saying overwhelming percentage. Can we know the exact percentage?
I would say when we met yesterday in the caucus, the number was about 90, I think 95 or so. There's only 2 people who were unhappy with the process and procedure that the backbone group had adopted. So the principle, I guess, was universal. It was universally accepted.
Right. But which principle are you referring to?
The principle that they think that the finance minister should step aside or be shuffled out of the ministry to some other place. My own concern was the type, which was at the center of the president's advice and plea to compulsory.
Well, the House is sitting this morning. Let's take you live for updates with my colleague Kweku Asante. Kweku, how's the chamber this morning?
MPs are yet to resume. Indeed, if you look at the chamber, it's literally empty. The MPs have not taken their seats yet. It's expected in the next few minutes, maybe by the next 30 minutes, they will do so, and then the speaker will also come in to gavel the House into session. If you look at the other people today, it's a bit empty. There's not much of business to be done, apart from some laying of papers that the ministers will be doing, as well as that. But we also know that the biggest conversation today will have to do with Adwoa Safo and the preliminary objection that was raised by the majority leader, Chairman Sabonsu, as to whether or not the report of the Privileges Committee is final or must be subject to the votes of all 275 MPs. The Speaker will make that ruling on that today, and that is what is anticipated. But it's also expected that conversation around some of these MPs who are calling for the head of Ken Ofori-Atta will resume, because like we reported yesterday, the president met some of these MPs and tried to get them out of this decision, try to talk them out of the decision. But our understanding is that these MPs are still sticking to their guns, insisting that the president must either sack Ken Ofori-Atta or that they will not support the business. It'll be very interesting to know the outcome and what these MPs will be deciding. So the House hasn't started sitting yet as of this morning, but a number of very interesting matters will really come up for discussion on the floor.
Thank you very much, Kweku Asante. Talking about interesting matters this morning, Speaker of Parliament Alban Bagman will deliver his most anticipated ruling on whether Domi Kwamenya MP Sarah Adrasafo's seat should be declared vacant as recommended by the Privileges Committee. Now, the majority contends that the decision of the committee is final and binding on the House, whilst the minority say all MPs must vote on the matter. The Speaker says he has considered the arguments and will make determination today.
Honourable members, such absences potentially impede the work of the House because they deprive the House of the contributions of the member and also affect the quorum requirements. This is partly the basis of the provisions on privileges, immunities, and contempt in the 1992 Constitution. I am more than ready to deliver my ruling on the preliminary objection raised by Honorable Oseche Mensah Bonsu, the Majority Leader and Minister for Parliamentary Affairs on this matter. And as I indicated, I will do so in extenso tomorrow.
Meanwhile, Majority Leader Oseche Mensah Bonsu is urging the Speaker to deliver a ruling that has sound basis in law.
You have alluded to a ruling that you intend to give to the preliminary objection that I raised in respect of the motion for the House to adopt the report of the Committee of Privileges on 3 members who you had cited as having breached Article 97(1)(c). We can only wait for the ruling, which I want to believe will be very erudite, the Speaker, and I want to believe that it will be in sync with the Constitution, the ruling that should come from you tomorrow.
We'll be going back to the House as soon as a sitting starts. But away from Parliament, residents on the 58-kilometre stretch of road between Mkwanta South Municipality and the regional capital Dambai say the current state of the road is seriously affecting their economic activities, as drivers do not want to use the road for fear of getting involved in an accident or getting stuck in the mud. Some other communities are cut off whenever it rains heavily. Now, they want government to expedite the construction activities on the road to bring some respite to residents and commuters. Peter Senu visited the communities and has more in this report.
When you see the road to the capital town of Oti region, it's uncalled for. So we are pleading on the government to come and do justice to the road for us. Because here, our business is gari processing, yam, farming, and all lot of yam processing. So we are pleading on the government to take a look at our business that we are doing here, so that he can help us with the road, so that our business can run faster and we can also achieve what we want.
The lamentation of one of the residents on the 58-kilometer Mkwanta Dambai road. The current state of the road, they say, is affecting economic activities on the stretch. This is Krontine, a peasant community on the stretch. Here, yam and cassava are processed for bigger markets, but the state of the road is preventing drivers from coming into the community to cut their goods for the urban markets. Here are some resident traders.
Kwani nyakura kura say nsonya to say ya mpacho mbambare no ba kwaye maye nyaya kakra ejina mfuturo na fa woso sapu ntimi home no mframa mfuturo no ta kwa ohinemu poto no waye basa hu se no waye kokokokokokokoko mpamcho mbambare no ba kwaye na maye sramo nkura nyamianim mahu ahanu na gali ni free na ekọ special gali pa gali biscuit gali aduana e cheap ewo wiasem nyina na gali na nso price na enko belodi side kwa se kwan nya ebetimi ama aduane na aka kwan so entimi enko akire no amoso akire of am no amoso bre nti yesra mo
ekwane de ha ya papa e ma ya dwa no nkoso Sebidi ebi anoma no ebi wo ho a na wanya nto a ebesai na wo sika no ahye wo so wonya bi sese yase no so aye den amaye nti ekwane de ha ya dwa papa enu ha ya sra ban se onda ni na ni mehwe ye na wan ye kwa no maye na yeso ye dwa no nyankoso ye nyan enu mu na ye di hwe ye nsuku nkwala ye didie mu ye hospital komu enu sa dwa no mu na ye di hwe ye suku nkwa ye di ye nyum nyina nti ye sra no onda na ni mehwe ye na ye kwa no maye nyasa ye bibia besai.
On our way to the community, the vehicle for these goods, we are told, lost balance and fell, destroying about 5 bags of gari meant for Accra. A different vehicle had to be brought in to load the goods.
Andurani akolodi ewo ayi kechebi ebeduru ana kwenu nye na balance afa na ye kana munu na kana to fo ndene yakofa ka fura eyilodnu edima ka fura no na kwenwe so achepa afibi ambebe so mbabe kwenu omuye ombe dada yesa ndano ka menu anya hwa na ndeska na so be hwinti esra be so mbe kwenu me yasana de be ne ena eduru votan amo yempese hu no mo a omu dada ya fi bia mbeda dada so ma be kwenu omu ye
anokware yakwa na ye yakwa no de enka nyame ase ka no kware kwa na ye firasa akodu keche bi ko falo du kura du bridge no ha bre obebre ansa na wa be pe ha ya zenketwa ekwanso de bia fi bia aban ye se be votu efire ndc ekwo MPP efire ndc ekwo MPP abesi na ehunu nti ye de esre ye obi oba be so kwana ma na ene ehwe se nyame bua na okwano mbe sese mai aduane de obi abedidi ne fie o obi anu ndidi ne fie obi abedidi ne fie okwa ekwa ne hia wo so na okodu bokwa dura ka ya kolodu abegu ai hwe ne dize na hwegu nu oila hwegu ka na bubu e ka ba ho.
The road, other residents argue, becomes very dusty during Harmattan, causing respiratory infections.
Ositobre de na da gini hokura nsuo to a kwanu na airport ka se ba na tintim mu ntimi nko bridge kura bi wo hormo kura na nsuo na atwe ayi na tie na firi bridge no ho enti amaka no bedu ho a na ka na asai ntimi nko de so ba na nso ntimi mba na ma yadua na ye de kodwomu no ye ntimi nko ye so nkwanta dwa ne edi na openi ba be si so mfuturo adaji ni hokura etimi ma ye yade se aban se ye no sma ye de kata kura ubua mfuturo mfa yasum ewura yemu na ade yade kata no haye.
The dust is entering our eyes, is causing accidents. Yesterday, like this, accidents happen. It's not easy.
Where?
Students.
Wow.
Around the locals there.
Wow.
The student, he nearly lost his life.
Wow.
So we are begging the government to come and help us.
The road is not good. We are suffering so many years. So we are begging the government to come and help us.
The chorus to fix the road leading to the regional capital from the northern end is what is on the lips of residents. The next community bearing the brunt of the deplorable 58-kilometer road is Odumasi, also a peasant community. The economic activities here are no different from Krontain, that is farming and processing of farm produce. But a more worrying situation is a metal bridge connecting the area to the Nkwanta municipality, a market center. The community is cut off anytime it rains heavily. This was what happened about 3 weeks ago when it rained heavily. Residents had to help commuters move their goods across. The bridge, residents say, is not on the main course of the river, hence the flooding.
Efa bridge no so nka esa say maybe nsuo ne nka emfa bridge na ase no enye ho no na nsuo ne yeden efa nsuo ne efa different way eja bridge no kura na bridge no so eyeden eta yeden ehyieki bridge no ba bia esa say omfa eyeden emfa no up till now bridge no enye yeden enyensi saa kwan no mu ye meka say still yeda so yeden ehia mwa pa abem betima yeden aba abeboa ya ama saa nsuo na etasi ewo sa ekwan we so no ebeye den ebetwa se eduru edwade ase sa ye mame no mu ye papa no mu ne omu doba ire omu tonto se nkruma ebekọ edwa eye enkwanta ebekọ akodi dwa no omo fine ways and means so omo nsen ba omo ntimi ye den ensen nsuo tose a na ekwan na ye den ase poto ebinom so efri enkwanta emiamia so omo sen kọ dambai kechie bi edwa na se enjare a sa omo be abaye den abasen sa kwan we so no eye din apart from say sa bridge kura na ekwan no enye kura.
This is why the most dominant means of transport here is the tricycle. This woman was captured dangerously seated on top of this taxi cab to a market center at Kechebi, meaning vehicles do not want to use the road.
We are suffering. Even if you have a pregnant woman who wants to go to hospital, you will suffer. So, in fact, the road is very, very bad. The produce out there, go to see the produce out there, no market. No market. When you get the produce, to transport the thing to Accra or any place, no vehicle. Because of even the petrol problem is killing us now. They said many cars are parked. They don't want to do the work again.
This driver and those who try do not get passengers for fear of getting stuck in the mud.
This is a boarding. Quanunya, Yanya Densia. Here, the Badmagu. You are going no be an Pragan and until so do I want Ambition and Tintin Bianfo. I told us 2 million. I am a Kakwa. Masaye. Now, Pastor found us anything I had to Abamano. Also by whom I toy. Your comedy at Ticaso comedy on to me who toy Kakra. Ya bread. O my share o my bridge in the mine. Se kwa na won ye kura ma me on be bridge no wo ti aje nso to a na ne ho ye hu san han wa ha so mo ye bridge no na bridge na ye fire na enu bia ni asem wo ti aje he no se this boarding e kwa no so ye na no so pass no wo san no to ye hwenda no nso to ye no 3 days na wa ha obi antimi ko ba bia.
The contractor to whom the contract has been awarded, City Construction, is currently not actively working on the road. Until the road is fixed, residents and the economic activities in these hard times would continue to take a nosedive. Peter Sanu for JoyNews.
Some rural women in the northeast region have called on the government to promote women's access to agricultural land and address the gender gaps in farming. Despite women's significant contribution in provision of food and general well-being of families in rural areas, gender disparity is still found in access to and quality of land allocated to women. Speaking at the celebration of this year's International Day of Rural Women, the women are calling on authorities to work towards ensuring gender equity in farmland ownership and access to increase the production and income of women farmers in the region. Correspondent Ilyasu Tanko has more.
This year's celebration of the International Day of Rural Women was held in the Northeast region at Nasia in the West Mamprese municipality under the theme celebrating the role of rural women in agricultural activities that are shaping national economic performance. It was held under the auspices of the Tamana Rice Processing Company with support from 8 partners. It brought together several coalitions of agricultural women, civil service organizations, particularly in the rice processing chain, and traditional and religious leaders, among others. Also in attendance were the regional minister, the member of parliament, and the municipal chief executive. In his address, the CEO of the Tamana Company Limited, Alhaji Ibrahim Shaibu, praised the contribution of women to the significant expansion of the company's production capacity.
I am happy to announce that the plan has been installed and is in operation. But more gladly, instead of 120 metric tons, we are operating 250 metric tons per day, bringing our total installed capacity in total below 300 metric tons per day. We cannot appreciate our women enough for the role they play in this success.
He said the company will continue to appreciate the efforts of rural women through the provision of financial assistance and other material support, as well as capacity building initiatives.
One such ways of appreciation for their contribution. Tamil women have been introduced to village savings savings and loans scheme, through which the women get enough capital through savings to take care of their own needs and needs of their household. Now, Chairman, as part of Tamana appreciation of our women, the main edition of the Tamana monthly charity program will be launched today by our Honorable Regional Minister. And beneficiaries who are present here will be receiving various donations. The donations are sponsored by our charity consumers of Tamana. This tells you that whatever product you buy from Tamana, you are also donating to this charity.
The regional minister, Idana Zakari, said there was a need to roll out more women-focused social interventions in the agriculture sector, while calling on chiefs to reduce barriers to farmland acquisition for rural women.
There is a need for governments, NGOs, and other relevant agencies to roll out more women-focused social interventions in the agricultural sector. This has the potential to create jobs and increase income thresholds of women in rural communities. There is the urgent need for chiefs to relook at and review the land tenure system as it currently exists, to give women both land ownership and land use rights. This is deemed necessary to empower women within the traditional sector. Rural women should be supported to acquire knowledge in simple technologies needed for the processing of agricultural products.
On her part, the Member of Parliament for the area and Minister Designate for Gender, Children and Social Protection, Hajia Laribazuera Abudu, said the government was concerned about the plight of rural women and will keep up measures to confront them.
And I would like to say that we have to make certain innovative, like a lot of women use firewood here. What are we going to do to let them use some new innovative and stop cutting down our trees? Because a lot of trees have been cut down because of this venture. And that would even help them on their health issues, because the firewood, the burning of the firewood and the fire itself is not good for their health.
Some of the women called on the government to address the gender gaps in farming, especially regarding access to agricultural lands and market facilities in rural areas. It is time for a great change. The chiefs and our husbands must be educated to allow us to own farmlands. This will help our individual development and the prosperity of our households. From Wale Wale, Elias Sutanko, reporting for Joy News.
Just some hours to the finals of the 2022 National Science and Maths Quiz, and many are asking whether it will be repeat, revenge or surprise. Although Presec Legon is the most decorated NSMQ school, the school is yet to figure out how to beat Prempeh College at the finals. Now let's cross over to Emmanuel Bright Koku live in Kumasi at the Prempeh College. Bright, how is it going?
Ma'am, it's all excitement here at Prempeh College. The boys here say they are just ready. They are ready for any school at all. They say they are not afraid of even Presec, who last year they met in the grand finale and magically, or they won against Presec Legon last year. They say they are not afraid of any revenge whatsoever, or even a surprise from the boys of Adisado. So they are saying they're just in to win the trophy. They are just in to win the trophy. And then since morning, since I came to this particular place, it's been a lot of euphoric moments. There have been jammers throughout the day. As we can speak, you can hear some drums being hit by some of the students over here. They tell me at exactly 12:30, some of them might move out and go to Ken University campus, where the grand finale will be happening. Others who will be in school and join the other congregation or the other students to be part of to be in the auditorium, the assembly hall, and watch the grand finale live from the assembly hall. So here at Prempeh College, the boys are just I think today they declared no classes for the boys. So all the boys are out now as we speak. They are out now. They are on the streets. Some of them engaged in some shots, some of them doing their drama as usual. So this is the situation here in the Ashanti region. The euphoric moment is still here.
Prempeh College in Kumasi. Let's head to Cape Coast at the Sedal College. Richard Kojanyako joins me. Richard, how is the mood like at the Sedal College?
Excited. They can't wait for the contest to begin, and so they are in the groove already. They say that they are bringing the trophy home. Even though people may regard them as underdogs, they feel that that is how they start. In 2016, when they won the contest, it started like that slowly, but they are very sure and confident that they will be bringing the trophy to Cape Coast and then the central region. And let me get to the students who are super excited. Can I have, hello guys, can I have the school's anthem? School's anthem. Okay, so now they are preparing themselves to get us the school's anthem. Let's. Okay, so it is not only a student thing, but the teachers are also in the groove as well. Let me start some chat with this teacher. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
What's your name?
My name is Jacob Kofi Abrabra, a mathematics coach in Addis Ababa College.
So tell me your expectation about the upcoming contest.
Oh, it's a done deal for Addis Ababa College. Now the arrow is pointing down to Addis Ababa College this time, that the cup or the trophy is coming down. You look at the euphoria, you look at how the boys are charged, and you look at the way we've prepared our team.
Guys, relax. Okay, so when I spoke with you earlier, you gave me some permutations and some calculations.
Yes, I have done this job for almost 17 years in Addis Ababa College here. That's my job. But Kwabocho trained me, and now I'm doing whatever Kwabocho taught me here in Addis Ababa College, because that is what my profession tells me to do. The permutations and combinations, everything shows that the trophy is coming to the Santa City. Santa City. Hail Santa City. Hail Santa City. Everything is coming down here. The race is between Addis Ababa College and Presec.
Why do you say so?
And yes, because if you look at the permutation and combination, the strategy we are using now, we are using we are using 7 combination 3, and everything shows that Adisadel has won hands down. Yes, everything shows that Adisadel has won hands down. Prempeh should go and sleep because Opokuwari beat them, and Opokuwari is the original champions, and we have beat them. So everything shows that Adisadel is now ready. Adisadel is taking the shot.
All right, thank you. So let me engage this teacher as well. Hello. Relax. Let me engage this. What's your name?
My name is Patrick, aka Photo.
What do you teach?
I teach financial accounting and business management.
How do you see the upcoming contest?
Oh, this is going to be a replica of what happened in 2016. You see, if we can recall 2016, it happened like this. But at the moment, we are the final. So we are going to bring the cup to Adisco land. As our motto, others have labored, and we share their glory. Ours to add to the gains of our predecessors. So definitely, we are going to repeat what happened in 2016. This time, we are bringing the cup to Cape Coast, and precisely on Adisco Santa City.
So by the end of the day, we should see Adisco bringing the trophy here.
Definitely. Like I said, you see, sometimes, like I said, this one is just a replica of what happened in 2016. When they began the contest, things were quite easy for Adisada College. People thought we were not going to go to the final. But now that you have been in the final, my brother, we are going to bring the cup.
Thank you very much. Let me speak with this woman. So,
our build-up starts at 1 p.m. Make sure you join the conversation on Twitter. We are JoyNews on TV with the hashtag NSMQ on Joy.